This is asparagus and leek soup. The recipe is written for 2 bunches of asparagus. I'm going to show you with 1 bunch, but 2 bunches is just as easy. So snap off the stem ends, and you'll just go the closest you can to the stem ends while it still snaps off. Throw those in a pot, throw in the thyme, throw in the chicken broth, and you're going to bring that to a boil on the stove top covered. Then you're going to reduce it to a simmer and simmer that for about 20 minutes. So then if you want some garnishes, take off a couple of the tops and set those aside, and you'll throw them in to blanch a little bit later. As far as the rest of the asparagus, you're just going to chunk it up however you want because you're going to boil the heck out of it anyway. Set that aside, and then slice or dice the shallot. This is going to be sauteed and pureed later, so you don't have to get real specific with how big the dices or slices are. Just do you. These are leeks, and I'm showing you one of the biggest leeks I've ever seen in the back, and then a regular leek up front that I'm about to chop. You're going to go up from kind of like where the green and the white meet, sort of that first leaf sheath, and take that off. You can set that aside. You can throw that, put in the freezer, put it for broth later, or toss it, whatever. Leeks are notoriously filthy, so you're going to take off the hairy end, the root end, and then slice it in half and get in there. And they're usually dirty. This one's pretty clean, but run it under cool water and get all the dirt out. You don't want any crunchy soup. So slice it or any way you want. Again, this is going to be sauteed. So moving over to the stove top, we've got some butter going, and immediately this heat is pretty high, so I reduced it, but I'm also just going to throw in the leeks and shallots and get it going and try it so the butter doesn't burn. And we're going to add a little salt to help facilitate breaking down those plant cell walls and sauteing it. That'll make it cook a little bit faster. So you want these to be translucent, what this looks like now to me, and it's not brown, it's just sort of like see-through. So you got the stems going, and you want to, that's been about 20 minutes, remove the stems with a slotted spoon, and you can just toss those. But now we're going to blanch the garnish, and that's just in there for a couple of minutes, just so it's still crisp but tender. Throw it in an ice water bath to cool it so it stops cooking, retains its color and vibrancy. Throw in the rest of the asparagus, throw in the leeks, the buttery leeks and shallots, and then cover that, bring it to a boil, but simmer covered for around 25 minutes or until the asparagus is tender. Throw it in a blender, and that's going to make it smooth as possible. You could also use an immersion blender or food processor, but it's not going to be this smooth. So if you want it really smooth, throw it in the blender. Spoon it out, and then you're going to garnish it with the asparagus tips, and they're going to want to sink, so just do it real light and gentle, and it'll be really pretty and beautiful, and it'll stay up for a moment in time. And you can find the recipe on eatsimplefood.com.